What's up, guys? So just finished up working in Coventry for the day, and I've got to make my way to Bolton tonight for a team meeting tomorrow. So rather than doing that straight away, I decided to have a bit of a pit stop in Birmingham to train in one of my favourite gyms around, Ultimate Fitness. I love training in this place. You know what, it brings me back to a few years back, I guess, before I was really involved in the industry. Just when I was getting started out, my first time at Body Power with BSN, they brought me down here to train and do some shots and stuff, and yeah, so I always love coming back here. It takes me back to reminisce about like how far I've come, I guess. You know, it doesn't seem all that long ago that I was like a nervous, shy little boy turning up here from Ireland for the first time with BSN. I was still based in Ireland at the time, and they just flew me over to Body Power for the weekend. And it was just amazing to train here, and see some of the athletes here. I'm always so motivated when I come here. I just love this place. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some clips of my chest session I've got planned, because I've been getting quite a few messages and emails and comments on what I do for my chest. So hopefully I can actually show you guys a bit.
That thirst, I can. You say you're lonely, I say you think about it, 'cause you're the only one who resonates. That chase, mouth open like higher than a motherfucker, dreaming of it. It's my love, flying like a screamer from the only ways to do it harder. All that deep inside, so give me 2 weeks, you won't recognize
fitness. Briefly, what I did was I started with compound movement. I did incline dumbbell press. As I was training on my own today, I didn't have a spotter, so I didn't go crazy heavy. I kept it to about 80% of my max, so I just did 5x5 with the 50 kgs. Then I moved on to a flat bench press machine. I just added the bands to this just to make sure that I controlled the negative more, so I was really focusing on slowing down the negative and just keeping the reps nice. So that I did about 7-8 sets on. Just kept adding weight until I couldn't do 10 reps, and then I just did a drop set. From this I went on to a pin loaded machine where I used, you'll see, a narrow grip to focus on my inner chest. Did a few sets on that, nothing crazy heavy, just kept tension on the muscle, and then I did a few sets with a wide neutral grip on that. And from there I just went on to did some underhand cable flies, maybe 4 or 5 sets, and then I did some ordinary cable flies, again 4 or 5 sets, just keeping the reps between sort of 12 and 15, keeping tension on the muscle. So not a crazy session, just got some blood in there, and then just finished up with a 20-minute walk, and just went to hit the road again. I got about a 2-hour drive now to Bolton, so a bit of time now on that drive, so I'm actually going to discuss it. Okay, so now is as good a time as any to start this, as I have 77 miles of driving straight on this road. Fun times. So yeah, this is going to help me stay awake. So basically, this is something I've wanted to discuss for some time, whether it was on this or I don't know, to anyone really. Not many people know this, obviously, which you'll realise in a while. So social media really is whatever the hell you want it to be. You can portray whatever lifestyle, whatever life, whatever you want really on it, you know. Everyone just shows the best of them on it. You know, you want to show everyone the best of your life. Very few kind of out there show the reality, the lows, the downs. You know, and it happens that it's the best of us have bad moments, and you know, you take those bad moments because they help with the good moments. So from the outside in, a lot of you will see my life and be like, yeah, it looks pretty awesome, it's pretty good. I've been pretty successful in the fitness industry the last 2 years. Done quite well competing. I'm engaged to a beautiful girl who I love more than anything. You know, life seems good. Bit of background about me. You know, I met Becky now almost 2 years ago. At the time, I was running my own sort of online nutrition and training, and I was living in Cork. I guess I was content. I don't think I was happy. I was doing something. It was okay for then. It was just me. You know, made life pretty easy when it came to training and gym and everything. But I feel life had kind of stalled. I don't think I was going anywhere. So I packed it all in really and moved over to England to be with Becky, where I started to pursue a career in what I'd been doing in university, which I have a degree in economics and a master's in business studies. This was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I interviewed for lots, I got offered a few, but no real fits, and to be honest, I was getting really frustrated. I was feeling really useless, and I was struggling because, you know, I was with this girl who I hold in the highest regard. You know, I sit up on this pedestal, and she deserves it because she's amazing. She's, you know, kind, loving. She's amazing at her career. She has everything sorted. She really knows who she is, and I was looking at her, and it made me realise how unsettled I was in me. You know, I had nothing in stone. I was lost, I guess. I didn't know where I wanted to be with my own career, and I didn't really have any ideas. And I was struggling. I felt quite useless. And I guess I used training and competitions as an escape from this, because that's the only place I felt good. I felt like I was accomplishing anything. And I guess Becky looked up to me in regards, and my training, my nutrition, gym. You know, it's something I'm quite experienced in, and I guess that gave me my power. It gave me my manliness, I guess. I can't want a better word, but you know, I felt that's the only place I really felt good, and I felt proud of myself. But the rest of my life, I was really struggling to feel good about it. I couldn't find work, not anything I wanted to do. Eventually a good friend of mine helped me out and got me a job. You know, to take me over, it got me working. At least I was bringing some money in. It wasn't a job I particularly wanted to do, and as time went on, I found this difficult because I really wasn't happy in what I was doing. My life had stalled. I wasn't going anywhere, and I wasn't the man that I wanted to be for Becky. She deserved so much more. So this was all very difficult for me, and once competing finished and shows finished, I didn't have training to focus on, I didn't have the shows to focus on, and I had nothing left to do but look at myself. And not long before Christmas, I was diagnosed with depression. This was really hard for me. It's something like cancer to me. It's something that's out there, but you never think it's going to happen to you. And I found it really difficult to come to terms with it. But at the same time, it's probably the best thing that happened to me. It made me look at my life. It made me make steps towards trying to become someone I wanted to be. So this wasn't easy, and very little people know this. I think other than Becky, my parents, one or two others. I've kept it to myself. I've wanted to talk about it, but it's a hard thing to talk about. You know, it's seen very much as something, I guess I was embarrassed of it. But now I realise I've got to just get over that embarrassment, and I hope that me sharing my experience can help others out there. You know, it's nothing to be ashamed of. You know, plenty of people have it, and you just have to come to terms with it and find ways of dealing with it, because you can deal with it. You do make steps towards getting better. It's not a quick process. It's very slow. You have to make little changes. Instantly, by acknowledging I had it and talking to Becky and my parents, it made it a lot better, because I had people to talk about how I was feeling. So I made steps towards what was really getting me down, and that was my career. I felt like I was adding no value to a relationship or the people around me. So I got off of my ass again, and I started actively pursuing job interviews, which most of you by now will know ended up being quite successful. I'm in a new job which I love, and I feel like I'm going somewhere now. This is something I'm proud of. I'm proud to tell people what I do. I'm a sales executive with a company, TLX Insulation, and it's something that I'm very interested in. I always have been interested in sales and marketing, so I'm happy with that. But obviously this wasn't the only thing I had to overcome. You know, I had to look at myself and really feel I needed to find ways other than the gym and training, focusing my time to find new passions, things that interested me. So I must admit, someone who's really helped me, and he doesn't even know it, is Jamie Alderton. I follow him around Snapchat, social media, everything, and he's just amazing, positive outlook on life. His podcasts, everything, they've helped me. I've started following his tips on trying to read more, reading things, like using my time better. So now when I'm doing my cardio in the morning, I'm listening to podcasts, I'm listening to audiobooks, I'm reading. So I'm doing this thing, reading 30 minutes a day, because that's one thing I always struggled to read, because I just couldn't concentrate. I couldn't find time to do it. But now everyone has 30 minutes, so I sit down for 30 minutes and I read my book. I just read any sci-fi book or anything like that. I'm reading like sort of out of that dark place now, and I can look forward to my wedding this summer, my career, you know. And you know what, a big part of this all has been that fitness has taken a bit of a backseat for me. I'm not competing, as most people know, this year, and I think that's a big thing, because I have to find that had been my identity the last few years. And before that, I was Darren the hockey player, you know. That was my identity. I trained non-stop for hockey. I played matches, you know. I've always devoted all my time to something else, doing something, some sort of sport. I've never put any time into myself. So this year, I really want to I'm putting time into myself. I'm trying to be more active on social media, Snapchat and YouTube especially. I just want to talk. I think it's a way of, like, I guess it's almost a therapy. I can just talk, and I'm talking to a camera, you know, I'm not talking to anyone. And I can just get things off my chest, you know, I'm not keeping things in. I'm just talking about what I feel like, and hopefully that makes a difference to some people, that I'm actually not just rambling a load of bullshit that nobody's interested in. I think what a lot of people don't realise is when you're going through something like this, you feel like you're alone, but you're not. And you know, the people who are nearly most affected by it are those closest to you. You know, it's not easy for them around you, because you know, you're not an easy person to be around sometimes. It's hard to explain, but when you feel down and you feel this anxiety, it's like the smallest thing becomes the biggest, most ridiculous bad thing in the world. You know, it's like, oh God, I can't explain it. It's like, for instance, you're planning on doing something at 4 o'clock, and then something else comes up in the way, and you're thrown off. And these little things that throw you off can just set you off, and all of a sudden, just being that little thing being late has led to, you're going to lose your bloody job because of this. Your mind, you don't think rationally at the time of it, and it's very hard to see at the time. You can't see it. Like, as soon as you start feeling that it's weird, you snap out of it, and then you can tell you're like, that's so irrational. Sometimes even when it's going on, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm like, why am I being like this? Like, why am I upset? Why am I unhappy right now? And it's really hard to explain, but I'm so thankful that those people around me are patient and loving, I guess, able to help me. Because, you know, they're going through it too, and they have to deal with it. And yeah, it's not just you, so don't be afraid to share with those closest to you. Talk to them, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who put up with your mood swings, your anxiety, everything about it. And if you don't tell them why, if they don't understand why you're like that, they can't help you, because, you know, they just think you're being completely irrational unless they understand what's going on inside your head. So yeah, I guess that's me done with my little sharing session. It's something I've wanted to do for a while. You know, this YouTube channel for me isn't about me showing off or showing all the cool things I have going on. I want to be real with you guys and be as transparent as possible. So anything that you guys ask me, anything ask me on Snapchat, I'm always as honest as I can be. I'll tell you exactly what I'm thinking about it, or, you know, I'll answer your questions to the best of my knowledge. Yeah, so that's it. That's me out. I've got my long ass drive ahead now.